chance, and I'm very happy to be here.
Making a bond with my brother is like memories for a lifetime, you know.
Oh, yeah. And there he is, number 12.
And so I was like, ooh, maybe I should give this a try. And I did, and I'm so glad I did.
Tom Brady.
Favorite movie?
Top Gun.
They get their open guy with the hot hand.
I definitely say our team chemistry.
Okay.
I feel like we've come together pretty well, especially coming off of the Corpus tournament that we had.
First year, and I'm super excited to continue the second year.
Welcome back to Rattler Up Network. We have an exciting matchup between the San Marcos Rattlers and the Steele Knights. I'm Creek Ennis, joined here by CJ Odom. Odom, how's it looking here tonight?
It's a District 29 6A matchup between the Knights and the Rattlers, so another big district matchup here. Lots of momentum on the Rattlers side. 4-game win streak coming into tonight, having swept East Central 2 weeks ago, swept Judson this past week, and so a big piece for them. The Rattlers 4-3 in district, but taking on the Steele Knights, who are 4-1 in district. We're in kind of an odd part of the district team where like a lot of teams have a couple of games more than others. But right now, both teams sitting in a potential playoff spot in District 29 6A.
Yeah, so the San Marcos Rattlers, as you said, three runs during this win streak and only allowing 12. So these score margins.
The bats have come alive over these last 4 games. We've talked a lot in the last couple of weeks about 2-out rallies. So the Rattlers have found themselves where they get the first couple of runners first couple of batters have an issue, 2 outs, no problem. They drive in the runs, and we'll probably see a lot of that here tonight as the Rattlers take on the Knights. Now the Knights come into the game 4-1 in district, 9-10-2 overall. But I tell you what, the Knights do the same thing that Coach Webb does with his San Marcos Rattlers, and that is they go out and find the absolute hardest competition that they can for the pre-district season, right? They make sure to go in and get the absolute best they can be. They're in the biggest tournaments, and so that overall record is no indication of how they are. They're a talented ball club. This could be a great matchup both tonight and Friday as we're in the first half of a home and away.
Yes, absolutely. The series is so important, and as we've seen with previous games, we've had a history of weather affecting our games. So tonight, the wind not as bad as it was in our last matchup, but it's definitely still kicking. And this time it's out to left field where it's usually been.
Yeah, it's been left field mostly, but certainly not nearly as strong as the hurricane force winds that we saw just the other night. And so a big game coming up. And again, as you look to this, when the Rattlers finish up here, just 3 district games left. Now, next week, they're going to take on Austin High and Harlan, a couple of games to get them ready for that final district stretch. But then coming out of that, the following week, a home and away against Hit Canyon, and they finish the season up against Johnson, and that's going to be huge. Johnson and San Marcos sitting in the number 4 and number 3 slots in the district right now. So a lot is going to happen over these next couple of weeks to really see who's going to get into those playoff spots and specifically where.
Yeah, so every single one of these games meaning more for the Rattlers. This one a pivotal matchup to get ahead of Steele here would put them at 5 wins on the season, being a great stretch, make their win streak up to 5, exactly what you want. You put yourself in prime playoff position. You play those 2 games to keep going, get those blood pumping, make sure that you're ready for this playoff baseball, and hope that you can make a deep run.
Well, let's take a look at the San Marcos Rattlers starting lineups. So we know that we've had some guys get some new at-bats, since we've got some different people moving in here. And so you see there, we start with Munoz out at short, followed by Elijah Ramirez in center and Jack Vasquez at first base. Charlie Helgeson at second base as usual. Landon Munoz gets the start tonight in right field, followed by Andrew Wilson at third. Cole Singisi, the catcher, on the mound and batting for himself. Cole Viatric, and then Nate Velasquez will finish it up in left field. And so let's take a look then at Cole Viatric. Cole will be making another start for the Rattlers. So this is a big opportunity for him to help him out. He's been doing a wonderful job on the mound so far. 23.1 innings on the season. He has a 2-2 record and a 3.0 flat ERA in 5 starts. He'll be making his 6th start tonight, and I would say certainly at this point probably the biggest start of his season.
Yes, absolutely. doing a good job of starting the count early, get up in the count. He's just found his rhythm.
And so we are going to face the Steele Knights here tonight. They had an interesting little development here. They got caught on 35. Their bus was caught behind an accident. So we got a little bit of a delayed start here. And so we're going to make sure that they got an opportunity to come out and get warmed up, have an opportunity to get ready. So a little bit later start time for the Rattlers and the Knights as this game gets underway, as the players are being called out here. But one of the things we talk about, especially again, is momentum, and they are really on it, right? 4-game winning streak. And Creek, talk to us about, again, you bring that athletic perspective. You play sports here for San Marcos High School. Talk about the feeling in that locker room when you know you've just been on a big win streak like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great feeling. I started off my football season on a 3-game win streak, and it's just the best feeling. You feel like you're on top of the world. You feel like you can do anything. And that's exactly what you need for this late season baseball. You need to have the confidence to not only know that you're able to do it, but that you've actually been putting in the work and actually doing in the past couple weeks.
Well, you said it absolutely perfectly, right? If you're going to get hot, you want to get hot late. And this is exactly that. And I think it's such an interesting development in the way the schedule has been played out, that all the district teams are not on the exact alignment. Some teams have a full 2 games more than other teams, and so that kind of makes the standings. Right now, Clemens leads the district with a 7-0 record. They've played 7 games, as has San Marcos. But then, like I said, you got Steele and Johnson who only played 5 district games. It's going to get leveled out next week. As we mentioned, coming up, San Marcos is going to play Austin High and Harlan next week, non-district games, which will kind of get the district back in alignment. And then it's on 3 games left for everybody. Final 3 games of the district season for everybody will be played then at that point. And so over this week with Steele, man, how you set yourself up for those final 3 is going to be crucial.
Batting 5th, playing right field, number 11, Landon Munoz.
So they continue to make the announcements here, and it's a busy day here at Rattler Ballpark because next door to us, the Miller and Goodnight softball teams are having a scrimmage. So softball season alive at the Goodnight and Miller middle schools. So that's going on next door. We always say we love being able to bring this to you live on the Rattler Up Network, but we also say you got to be out here live at the Rattler Stadium. There's no better place to watch baseball. And with this slight wind and not too much heat, this is a great day to be watching live baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so much of a beneficiary for us to have baseball on our right and softball on our left. We have double the action, double the fun up here.
At this time, we ask that you please
plenty to watch for sure. And so,
with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we're going to go now to the national anthem.
Welcome back to Rattler Up Network. The national anthem has been sung, and we will start play of ball very shortly. Leading off for the Rattlers at pitcher will be number 12, Cole Viatric.
And so for the Knights, they're going to start with Andrew Shoppy, Maddox Cano, and Isaac Torres to get the things going for the Knights. We talked about multiple games, in different game schedules. So after this week, the Rattlers have 3 games left. After this week, Steele still has 5 games to go. They've got a home and away against Canyon, a home and away against Johnson, and they will finish their season against Clemens. A little deeper into that District 29 6A. Like I said, Clemens is leading with 7-0 record. Steele is second at 4-1. That's where the Rattlers find themselves next, is in third at 4-3, and Johnson at 2-3. Johnson, despite having a losing record right now, also only has 5 games. They have a lot more games to make up. And the difference between this, for this Rattler ball club to go to 5-3, potentially 6-3, or perhaps the other way over this next week and these next 2 games is huge. As it goes Friday night, we'll head down to Steele and take on these Knights again at 7 o'clock.
Now in baseball, how much does the home field advantage impact these players? We've only seen the home games.
Right.
We don't know how it feels to go out, play those away games, the whole different environment, whole different field, whole different feeling for the players.
Well, you know, for baseball, it's so unique because not only you get the same home field advantages you would get in any sport, home field, home players, familiarity, but it's actually built into the game itself. Final at bat, and that is such a huge concept, right? To come up in the bottom half of the inning and know what you need to do to win. As we've seen on a couple of occasions, we didn't even need the bottom half of the 7th inning because we had the lead. We put it away in the top of the 7th, as we did with East Central last week. And so, yeah, that home field advantage is such a huge, huge piece, specifically in baseball. And so we want to take advantage of that tonight here at Rattler Stadium. Big crowd, a really healthy crowd. So there's a lot taking advantage of who all's here. A lot of them are lined up here on the concession stand, and while they're there, we want to make sure and thank all the folks in the concession stand. They're taking care of our broadcasters. Again, this is a student broadcast. The graphics, the cameras, the production, all done by students of the CTE Digital Communications team, and our wonderful staff down at the booster for the baseball boosters down at the concession stand. Take care and feed all the students. Make sure the adults are fed too. Take great care of us, and we really appreciate them downstairs just below us here in the press box. What'd you get today? Did you get a sausage wrap?
Yes, I did. I get my usual.
That's your consistency.
Yeah, I'm consistent with that.
I'm pretty consistent with my burger.
Yeah, you are.
Batting number 6, Andrew Sheppy.
Consistent with the what you keep on the burger as well.
Which is not much.
Yeah, not much.
All right, first pitch here. Swing and a miss. We're underway.
A great way to start the inning for a strikeout from Viatric.
All right, so catcher Andrew Shoppy's the first batter, a senior, came into the season batting 368.
That one outside for ball number 1.
Shoppy does have 1 home run on the year, so he's got the ability to go deep. With the ball hitting, the wind blowing out to left, it wouldn't be surprised if a right fielder could get a hold of one here.
That one swung off the bat.
Yeah, tried to trick his swing there and kind of got it right off the handles.
Makes it a 1-2 count for Shoppy.
It's not too often you see a catcher in the leadoff position, but it speaks to the athleticism if you can be that guy that they trust behind the plate, but also in that leadoff spot as that one's fouled off the right side.
So it'll remain a 1-2 count for Shoppy. But yeah, as you're saying, having the trust in your catcher to go get on base and run those bases, a huge boost for the team. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung at, hit towards the shortstop, who makes the catch for the first out of the top of the first.
Yeah, line shot right to Juan Munoz, who is perfectly in position for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 2, Maddox Cano.
The Knights, that'll bring up center fielder Maddox Cano. Maddox, a sophomore for the Knights, and that's a common thread you'll see here. Lots of starting sophomores. They have a full 7 sophomores on the team, a number of which are in that starting lineup. So a young Steele Knights team. And
that one outside for ball number 1.
How impressive for this team to be 4-1 in district with such a young team.
1-0 pitch, swung at and missed 1-1. But as you're saying, yeah, the youthful, so that you know that you have been great this year and that you have this youth to keep continue it through the years with so much youthful talent. It's a great future look for this Steele Knights team.
Yeah, you're getting those quality at bats and the opportunity to get those
good for the strike number 2.
Get those experiences that serves you not just this year, but in years to come for sure.
So 1-2 count. Beatrick the pitch. That one's high. Ball number 2.
For the Knights, 4 sophomores in the starting lineup tonight.
Beatrix pitch, high for ball number 3. So Cano a full count. So as we've seen from Viatric in previous games, it takes him a little bit to get in that groove, but once he does, he is on fire from the mound as that one
Is there?
good for strike number 3. So the second out of the first inning will be our Garcia's of Seguin Rattler strikeout.
First of the night, hopefully many to come.
Mm-hmm.
Now batting number 11, Isaac Torres.
That was a great pitch. He just fooled him.
Yeah, right.
Found exactly the spot he wanted to be in.
So now up to bat, number 11, Isaac Torres. Viatric the pitch. Good for strike number 1.
Great breaking pitch. Torres laying off there. Torres, a senior, came into the season batting or the game batting .455. He's a commit to Sanjak, so he's got college baseball in his future.
That one's high, ball number 1. Viatric the pitch, got him swinging for strike number 2. So the Rattlers an opportunity to go 3 up, 3 down here. Viatric certainly found his groove early. That one swung at, fouled off. It'll remain a 1-2 count for
No, they're going to
Torres.
say they. I don't think he got a piece of it. So that's going to be strike 3. But because it gets by the catcher, he's able to advance. So it is a Garcia's of Seguin Rattler strikeout. So Garcia's gets their strikeout, but we don't get to retire the third out of the inning. He'll reach on the error, and those Knights will have a runner at first with 2 outs. So the E1, it allows the batter to advance despite the strikeout.
So that's number 3, Ryder Pearson up to bat. That
Ground
one
ball to
swung
short.
at.
Munoz
Short south
over to
throw to
second.
second is made for the third out. So that runner did not last long. Now leading off for the Rattlers, number 3, Juan Munoz. Until then, all that and more. Keep it here on the Rattler Up Network. Welcome back to the Rattler Up Network. Leading off for the Rattlers, number 3, Juan Munoz. And pitching for the Knights, number 13, Max Watson.
Max Watson is got the most innings pitched in district so far, 12.2 innings pitched. Comes in with a 6.31 ERA. He has struck out 23 batters. So definitely something the Rattlers are going to have to look at here as they face Watson here in the first.
He has the most strikeouts on the team by a staggering 16 strikeouts. So he has been their most consistent pitcher, getting these strikeouts willingly and in bunches. So a tough pitcher being faced by the Rattlers. They look to get the bats going early.
Now batting number 3, Tres Munoz.
So number 3, Juan Munoz, leading the team with hit by pitch. 7 on the season.
Any way to get on base. That's why he's in that coveted leadoff spot.
You're great at running the bases. First pitch. Good for strike number 1.
Munoz actually with 2 of the put out over at shortstop. He's actually also played more innings total than any other Rattler.
That one outside, ball number 1. A 1-1 count for Munoz.
Flared
That
into
one
right.
swung at.
Stays foul.
Stays foul. Not able to get under that one. Makes it a 1-2 count for Munoz.
That's a ball that may have drifted out of play, but there's just enough wind to maybe push that in. You see the flags there in the shot. You can see there's a little bit. Again, this is not nearly as what we've seen the last couple of games. So, but there'll certainly be an effect. What won't be in effect today is the sun. The cloud. There's a good cloud cover, and so the sun is not going to be as big a factor as it has been.
That one swung at and missed for strike number 3. So the first out of the bottom of the first. Now hitting for the Rattlers, number 4, Elijah Ramirez.
Elijah coming into the game leading in so many categories. He's got a 575 on base percentage. He's 594, both leading the team, making his 89th plate appearance in this game right now, and that also leads the league.
That went low for ball number 1. You saw Ramirez there bring it around and bunting.
Now that third baseman was playing back, and I think he noticed that.
That one swung
right
at
to him.
right to the third baseman to get the second out in the bottom of the first. So now
Isaac Torres had cheated in on that bunt, stayed in the grass, and was there for that line drive.
So now up to bat number 6, Jack Vasquez for the Rattlers.
Number 6,
Yeah, it's almost the rest of the categories Jack has a piece of, right? He comes in batting .409, 18 hits, 18 runs scored on the season.
Pitch on the way. Drops in strike number 1.
Yeah, very, very slow off speed there, but it broke across the plate.
Watson's pitch. Outside, ball number 1. So we've seen both these pitchers find their rhythms early. We've seen great pitching in this first inning. As Watson's pitch swung at, hit fair, lands in front of the second baseman who can't grab the ball in time. So that'll be good for the single from Vasquez off of the error.
Almost an infield hit, but that second baseman, Nolan Gomez, had a chance to get Vasquez at first, but just couldn't come up with it, trying to be quick. And instead it goes as an error, and Vasquez reaches. So both teams retire their first 2 batters, reach on an error, and bring up their cleanup hitter. In the case of the Rattlers, that's number 22, Charlie Helgeson.
So Watson, first pitch to Helgeson. High for ball number 1. So as you're saying, it's just a hard throw to make from the second baseman, fumbling with the ball, moving that fast, trying to get under the ball. 1-0 pitch on the way.
Able to get out of the way. He kind of had a swing as he got out of the way. I was afraid that might have counted a swing, but umpire says he didn't go around.
So makes it a 2-0 count for Helgeson.
Charlie been doing it at the plate and on the mound all season long. Today, he takes his place at second base. Gets to concentrate on his bat.
That one low.
3-0. So here's where it's interesting, right? He's got the team leading 429 batting average, team leading 27 hits. You go ahead and give him the green light here with 3-0. Oh, that one's there.
They count that one as a strike, makes it 3-1.
Now, we can't know for sure. I don't know if that was a take where he was just taking it. Looked like he was disappointed. Like if he liked it, he might have had the green light there. But there he gets ball 4.
Oh, they call that one strike 2.
Okay.
So not ball 4. It makes it a full count for Charlie.
All right. When I have to break out the eraser, that's a late call. Yeah, no ABS, unfortunately, here at Rattler Stadium just yet.
That one swung at, hit deep to center field. The shortstop trying to get under it, and he cannot. Does not make the catch.
Comes around to score. Vasquez scores. And an error on the shortstop allows Helgeson to reach. It brings Vasquez around to score, and the Rattlers lead 1-0.
So that error brings Vasquez all the way around. He had been running the bases the entire time. That ball was up in the air.
Yeah, 2 outs. He was running on anything, and he was out there.
But now up to bat number 11, Landon Munoz. That one swung at, fouled off to left.
And we've talked a lot. We talked in the pregame about 2-out rallies for these Rattlers, and Landon Munoz has been a big part of that. Having no problem coming up with 2 outs. He's got an RBI chance sitting there in the form of Helgeson right now.
Pitch on the way, swung at and missed. Strike number 2. An 0-2 count for Munoz.
Landon came in batting 277, 415 slugging. Faces an 0-2 here to try to keep the inning extended.
0-2 pitch. Swung at, got past the shortstop, and that'll be good for the base hit. So Munoz off the 0-2 count, puts it into play for the single. Helgeson advances to second. Now up to bat number 5, Andrew Wilson.
So just the first hit for the Rattlers in this inning. That they had reached on 2 errors previously. A base hit advances, and now Wilson with 2 runners on and 2 outs.
That one swung at, hit to the second, or to the shortstop, who throws it to the second baseman for the 3rd and final out of the first inning. We've reached the end of the first inning. We'll take a quick commercial break and return with more action. You are watching the Rattler Up Network.
Number 13, Max Watson.
Welcome back to Rattler Up Network. We saw the San Marcos Rattlers jump up to an early 1-0 run lead. It's a huge play from Charlie Helgeson to put the ball into play. Got Jack Vasquez all the way around to score. And now leading off for the Steele Knights, number 13, Max Watson.
Watson, the pitcher, looking to help his own cause here, gave up a run, a hit, and struck out a Rattler in the top of the first.
That ball high makes it 1-1 count.
Watson, a senior on this team, came in batting 375 for the season. On base percentage of 421.
That one swung at, got by the third baseman. The throw to first is made for the first out of the top of the second inning.
Andrew Wilson flings that across to Jack Vasquez to get the first out.
So now up to bat number 23, Connor Ferencak.
Connor, a junior, batting 235 so far this season. His spreadsheet, his spray chart really shows him hitting out to left field. So Nate Velasquez out and left, and Munoz and Wilson on the left-hand side of the infield need to be aware.
Patrick the pitch. That one's outside, ball number 1.
Certainly a pull hitter from what we've seen so far in district.
1-0 pitch on the way. Swung at, fouled off to right, makes it a 1-1 count.
No one hit in there off the handles there.
So the wind's starting to pick up in Rattler Stadium.
Yeah, there's a little bit more to it. These flags right here by us are leaning a little bit more now.
1-1 pitch on the way. Swung at, fouled off right. Able to get under it for the second out of the top of the second. First baseman Jack Vasquez made his way to get that out. So now up to bat number 7, Nolan Gomez for the Steele Knights.
Nolan, a senior on this team, plays second base. He got a 250 on base percentage, known to be a good bunter. He's got the speed to get on with a bunt, so we'll see if he plays that. He takes a swing there.
That one fouled off behind home plate, makes it an 0-1 count for Gomez. That pitch on the way. Outside, 1-1 count.
And just like that, it was almost like the wind died down. So
Yeah, now it's all
we got
gone.
a kind of gusty wind going on right now.
That one swung at and missed for strike number 2. Yeah, so it's definitely a gusty day. We had the wind almost blowing our flags out of their posts, and now it started to calm down. Oh, let's pick back up. Excuse me.
Got him.
Got him on the strikeout, strike number 3, and we have seen a pitching clinic from Viatric. So that'll do it for the top of the second inning. We will head
On
to commercial
the heels
break.
of a Garcias of Seguin
I
Rattler
missed it.
strikeout. The third Garcias of Seguin Rattler strikeout of the game.
With so many more strikeouts to come, you're watching the Rattler Up Network.
Now batting number 25.
And welcome back to Rattler Up Network. We just finished the top of the second. The Rattlers lead 1-0. So leading off for the Rattlers will be number 25, Colton Giese. Watson the pitch. High for ball number 1.
Colson leading the team with 3 home runs this season. He's got a wind out to left that would certainly help his cause if he could get a hold of one here. Oh, that was a home run swing for sure.
Yeah, it certainly had all the power to go the distance, but no contact made. 1-1 count for Giese. Watson pitched, swung at again. Didn't make contact. 1-2 count. Watson's pitch. Low for ball number 2.
Cole Viatric waits on deck. Nate Velasquez behind him.
2-2 pitch, swung at, fouled off behind home plate. It'll remain a 2-2 count.
Cole has a slugging percentage of 407 coming into the season. Although Giese's up, so I should probably give his numbers instead. How about that?
Yeah.
517 slugging for Colson Giese.
The long throw to first is made for the first out of the bottom of the second inning. It's a great throw from the third baseman.
Isaac Torres makes a throw across the diamond to get the first out of the inning.
So now up to bat number 12, Cole Viatric.
And as previously stated, he has a slugging percentage of 407.
Jumped the gun a little bit there, but now we get to see how these numbers play out.
I was excited to talk about Cole. We love Cole. He's doing a great job
That
out
one
on the-
good for strike number 1.
out on the mound. We want to see him do good at the plate. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah. A 1 pitch. Break for strike number 2.
Breaks slow, called slow. Everything about that was slow.
And not in our favor, so it makes it a 0-2 count for Viatric. That one swung at, fouled off behind home plate. It'll remain an 0-2 count.
Great job. Taking a chance to, protect with 2 strikes there. Going on to play baseball at National Park College following the season.
0-2 pitch on the way. Swung at. Bounced off our catcher.
That's
Remains
again,
an 0-2 count.
again a great at-bat decision there. Probably a ball he swings at, but it's close enough that you have to go. You can't leave it up to the umpire. Last thing you want at this level is that backwards K, so good swing there.
That pitch hit towards the shortstop. The throw out to first is made for the second out at the bottom of the second. So now up to bat will be number 21, Nate Velasquez.
Shortstop Braden Taylor with a good play there.
Now batting number 21, Nate Velasquez.
Nate coming up to bat with it. Enters the game with a 269 average, on-base percentage of 457. Looking to start one of those notorious 2-out rallies for the Rattlers here.
Watson's pitch good for strike number 1. So as you said, those 2-out rallies, the Rattlers shown that they've already done it early in the game. It's been a theme all year, as that one's good for strike number 2.
You're getting to be where you're almost more comfortable once we have 2 outs in the inning, because you know that's when the Rattlers are going to come to play.
So an 0-2 pitch from Watson. Swung at, hit high and foul. It'll remain an 0-2 count for Velasquez.
If Nate can extend the inning here, we'll go back to the top of the lineup with Juan Munoz. That one got him. No.
Oh, they called that one high. Ball number 1.
I think I reacted to the catcher running off as if he had
catcher
it.
started taking off.
I think we had one of those with us on defense earlier too. It's definitely a delayed call by the umpire. We got to really watch it.
So 1-2 pitch. That one's low. Ball number 2. So a call for a call there by the umpire.
Yeah, we've talked about it before when the umpires have that. We know they're saying strike right away, but that delayed arm action is what we're relying on to call the action.
That one hit high towards the first baseman. The pitcher gets under it to get the third and final out. So that'll do it for the bottom of the second inning. When we return, leading off for the Steele Knights is number 5, Oshua Ortiz. Until then, all that and more on the Rattler Up Network. Welcome back to the Rattler Up Network. We've had 2 quick innings of baseball, and now leading off for the Knights, number 5, Oshua Ortiz.
Oshua Ortiz.
First baseman for the Knights, one of the 4 sophomore starters in the lineup tonight.
That one, good for strike number 1.
Came in batting 231, on base percentage of 474.
A 1 pitch. High for ball number 1.
Ortiz, as you mentioned, a sophomore on this team and a returner. So he was actually in a varsity lineup his freshman year. So talented player for the Knights here.
That one swung at, fouled off right. 1-2 count for Ortiz. Theatric has pitched a clinic so far, looking to continue that streak. 1-2 pitch on the way. Outside, ball number 2.
Ortiz doing a great job at first base as well. One of the top defensive players for the Steel Knights.
2-2 pitch on the way. Swung at it and missed for strike number 3. And we get our Garcias of Seguin Rattler strikeout for the first out of the top of the 3rd inning.
4 Garcias of Seguin strikeouts. So an exciting start to the 3rd here.
So now up to bat number 1, Braden Taylor. Patrick's pitch, swung at, fouled off right. Makes it 0-1 count.
Braden, the 4th sophomore in this lineup in the number 9 spot, batting .250, on base percentage of .357.
0-1 pitch. Good for strike number 2.
And Taylor, he's been in that 9 hole this whole year, but he has got some speed, and so he has been a real boon the second time through a lineup as those batters at the top of the order, because that one's fouled off against the net, those batters at the top of the order know that there's a good chance they're going to have somebody on to drive in because Taylor's been able to get on, and he's got a lot of speed once he's there. Faces an 0-2 count here, though.
So facing an 0-2 count. Have had 1 out so far in the inning. Theatric done a great job. His pitch on the way. And it's good for strike number 3. So another Garcias of Seguin Rattler strikeout to get the 2nd out of the top of the 3rd.
It's usually about the 5th Garcias of Seguin Rattler strikeout that I start thinking enchilada.
Oh, absolutely. Once you start saying all these Garcias of Seguin Rattler strikeouts, the food just starts going through your head.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't want to jump the gun, but we had a record broken in our last broadcast, and we're already trending towards it again. So Theatric's pitch fouled off behind home plate. 0-1 count for Shoppy. Number 6, Andrew Shoppy, up to bat.
Lined out to the shortstop in the 1st inning.
A 1 pitch on the way. Swung at and missed. Strike number 2. 0-2 count for Shoppy. Pitch on the way. That one fouled off to right. Remains an 0-2 count.
Shoppy, the catcher for the Knights. Down 0-2. Look at extend the 3rd inning here.
Patrick the pitch. Hit high up in the air and
I got it.
Fouled off.
Right back toward the concession stand. As we like to say hello once again to our folks down in the concession stand underneath us. We love you guys.
They do a great job at every single game. Our much appreciation to them. So an 0-2 pitch again. That one in the dirt for ball number 1. So Shoppy has done a great job of protecting the plate, trying to squeeze out as many pitches as he can. Theatric the pitch, swung at, hit towards the second baseman, Charlie Helgeson, who makes the catch for the 3rd and final out of the top of the 3rd inning. So we will head to commercial break. The Rattlers lead 1-0. Keep it here, and you're watching the Rattler Up Network. Welcome back to Rattler Up Network. San Marcos still leading 1-0. Leading off for the Rattlers, number 3, Juan Munoz.
Back to the top order for the Rattlers here on a beautiful day at Rattler Stadium. And of course, part of what makes it beautiful are those great sponsors. They do such a great job. Of course, Cabinet Nissan, our main title sponsor. We certainly want to thank Southwest Towing and Construction, Ria's Ice Cream, Bobcat Rehab and Sports Medicine, and the Coffee Bar, among so many others. These sponsors are so important to donating and helping with the Rattler Baseball Boosters Club. And then, of course, the Baseball Boosters work they put in it's year round, not just baseball season. Those boosters are working 365 to bring these experiences and make this happen for Rattler Baseball. We honored the parents here tonight on Parents Night. It was really great to see all the moms and dads and family being honored with these players out on the field tonight before the game.
So the Rattlers in one full rotation have gotten 1 run up on the board.
1 run, 1 hit, 1 error for the Rattlers. No runs, no hits, 2 errors for the Steele Knights. That's the difference in the game right now.
It's been a game of errors so far. Whatever team has played the best defense has been in the lead.
An opportunity now for the Rattlers to maybe blow this open a second time through against Max Watson, so they know what they're facing.
Squared around to bunt. Couldn't get it, so ball number 1.
Brought Isaac Torres at third, charging in. They know their scouting report also. They know Munoz can get on with that bunt. He's got the speed to beat it out for sure.
That one high, ball number 2.
He's got an on-base percentage of .444, so he is definitely the quintessential leadoff hitter for a baseball club.
That one outside, ball number 3. As you said, Munoz able to get on base in every single way he can. Either it's staying in there to take a pitch or get all 4 balls to advance or putting one into play. That one squared around a bunt. Couldn't get it. Strike number 1.
As you mentioned, he's been hit by pitch 7 times, more than any other Rattler this season. So he'll do whatever he takes to get on in these all-important leadoff positions. And that ball struck hard to left field. Boy, he got every bit of that one. It drifted foul, but he hit it exactly where the wind was going to help it, and almost too much as it blew foul.
Yeah, had the distance. Wind blows that one foul, so it makes a full count for Munoz.
Watson here, the pitcher for the Knights, done a great job coming back from a 3-0 count to make the count full.
Pitch on the way. Swung at, fouled off behind home plate. It'll remain a full count.
Another great at-bat here. 6 pitches in the at-bat. Making Max Watson throw more often, which is a good thing. And that's good
for the strikeouts. So Watson done a great job pitching. They get the first out of the bottom of the 3rd. So now hitting number 4, Elijah Ramirez.
Number 4, Elijah Ramirez.
Yeah, it's taking quite a while sometimes to see the umpire call to whether we're going to get the strikeout or not. So
we're doing our best up here. That one outside, ball number 1.
Seems like right about the time we're ready to say, looks like a ball. Oh, never mind.
Now arm goes up. It is a very exaggerated strike. That one outside, ball number 2.
First baseman Jack Vasquez waits on deck for the Rattlers. He has the lone run of the game so far.
2-0 count, pitch on the way. That one good for the strike.
They are definitely making Isaac Torres at third get his steps in. He's had to charge in, but we have such a speedy, especially top of the lineup for the Rattlers. The Knights know these aren't just necessarily fake bunts or square around.
That one hit to first base, who makes the catch and runs to the bag to get the second out of the bottom of the bottom of the 3rd. So now hitting will be number 6, Jack Vasquez. But as you're saying, that speed in the top of the lineup is all strategy implemented by Coach Webb to try and give his team the best chance of winning, get their runners on base. You have your hitters in the next couple slots, bring those guys in. It's already worked for the Rattlers. They've got 1 run through as Watson's pitch is hit high towards center field, who makes the catch for the 3rd and final out of the bottom of the 3rd. So-
Washington gets what he needs there. 3 up, 3 down for the Rattlers to finish out the third.
Yeah, so that'll do it for the third inning. We will head to commercial break. You are watching the Rattler Up Network.
Now batting number 2.
Welcome back to Rattler Up Network. We've had a quick 3 innings. Now leading off for the Steel Knights, number 2, Maddox Cano.
Center fielder for the Knights. First struck out thin, second out of the game.
Patrick still pitching. He's done a great job. That one outside, ball number 1. A 1-0 pitch, swung at, couldn't get a piece of it. Strike number 1.
Cano with a 750 on base percentage. This guy gets on. Will Steele leads the team with 8 stolen bases. So this is an important first out here in the 4th.
That one swung at, couldn't get it for strike number 2. A 1-2 count for Cano. That one
Just
outside,
missed.
ball number 2.
We're delaying now. We weren't about to call that a ball just in case.
I had to hold my tongue. I was ready to say it. Had to wait for the call. Makes it 2-2. Patrick the pitch. That one's
Got it.
good for the strikeouts. So our Garcia Zepseguin Rattler strikeout gets the first out of our 4th inning. So now up to bat number 11, Isaac Torres.
Isaac Torres.
Third baseman for the Steel Knights. He comes in with a 700 flat on base percentage. So again, this heart of the lineup for the Knights
That
knows
one
how to get
swung
on
at, hit foul.
and gets on often. He actually struck out in the first inning, but the ball got by the catcher. He was able to get first. He was thrown out on a 6-4 for the final out of that first inning.
So an 0-1 count for Torres. Patrick the pitch. That one swung at. Third baseman gets the handle. The throw to first is made for the second out of the top of the 4th. So
Andrew
great.
Wilson goes to his knees there to throw across the body. Crucial and well played second out of the inning.
Yeah, great, skillful, athletic play by the third baseman. It's now number 3, Ryder Pearson at the bat. And that throw, not easy. He has the longest throw across the diamond.
Yeah, the throw you got to make there, right?
So Pearson receiving that pitch. Fouled off left, strike number 1.
Pearson, the DH, reached our fielder's choice in the first when Torres was thrown out at second.
Patrick's pitch. Ball. 1-1 count.
Evens the count. Pearson, one of the sophomores, batting .400 on the season, .526 on base.
That one swung on, fouled off right. 1-2 count.
right here in
yeah.
front of us. I could have reached out. If we had sliding windows, I could have had that.
Yeah, if we didn't have a window or a roof, that would have been right at us. 1-2 pitch from Viatric on the way. Swung at, fouled off. So Pearson doing a good job of protecting the plate, not wanting to leave the decision up to the umpire. One-two pitch. Swung at, fouled off to the exact same spot.
Heading over to the bullpen. So, little credit where credit's due. Dallas Villa over there at the bullpen, making the catch on the foul ball on one hop. So I want to give him some credit.
1-2 pitch. Got him swinging for the third and final out of the top of the fourth. It's our Garcias of Seguin Rattlers strikeouts.
So the Knights have gone 3 up, 3 down for 3 straight innings as Viatric continues to roll for the Rattlers.
So when we return, leading off number 22, Charlie Helgeson. All that and more on the Rattler Up Network. Welcome back to Rattler Up Network. Leading off for the Rattlers, number 22, Charlie Helgeson.
Opportunity here in the middle of the lineup to make this a more exciting atmosphere here at Rattler Stadium. Of course, the folks that really make it exciting are our sponsors, including Oaks Pool Service, The Roots Cellar, Big Dog Catering, Ernie's Paint and Body, and Ally Medical Emergency Room. Just again, a few of the wonderful sponsors that do such a great job of making Rattler baseball possible.
We've had a defensive game thus far.
Charlie Helgeson.
Both teams' pitchers been on a roll. It's still Watson pitching for the Knights.
It'll be Helgeson, Munoz, and Wilson for the Rattlers here in the fourth.
That one good for strike number one. Helgeson brought in the run earlier. 0-1 count, pitch on the way. That one not able to break in time for ball number one.
Evens the count. Helgeson leads the team with a .429 batting average.
That one's outside, ball number two.
Charlie also doing it on the mound, a 3-0 record as a pitcher.
That one's outside, ball number three.
It's such a huge thing when you know the mindset of a pitcher as a batter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen Helgeson be able to work these counts, and having that knowledge is such a huge part of his game.
That one swung at, hit above the second baseman, and that'll be good for the single. So Helgeson gets on base for the second time in the evening.
Right over the head of second baseman Nolan Gomez there.
Yeah, just snuck that one right past him. So now up to bat, number 11, Landon Munoz.
Now batting.
Landon,
number
a senior,
11, Landon
batting .277,
Munoz.
slugging .415 so far. Third baseman charging in already, kind of expecting that patented Rattler small ball. Landon hadn't even squared around, but that third baseman, Isaac Torres, 3 steps into the grass just in anticipation.
Yeah, so much mental game. I've already got him knowing that he's charging up. That one's high, ball number one.
And the thing is, Coach Webb, the head coach, right there at that third base coach line, he's sending the signs in. He sees that third baseman. That move alone could turn off the bunt. It could trigger take. So the mind games are certainly afoot here at Rattler Stadium.
That one good for strike number one. Evens the count at one.
Now the third baseman just a couple of steps back from where he'd been.
That one swung at and missed. Strike number 2.
Kind of reacting to the fact that Landon has not shown any idea of bunting here. Certainly probably not going to with 2 strikes here.
Yeah, hasn't shown bunting. That one had a lot of power into it. Just couldn't quite make contact. It's a 1-2 count. Watson the pitch. That one near the batter for ball number 2.
Andrew Wilson, the third baseman, waits on deck for the Rattlers.
Two count. Pitch on the way. That one fouled off behind home plate. It'll remain tied up at 2.
Helgeson gets the lead at first here.
Pitch on the way. Up near the batter again for ball number 3. Makes it a full count for Munoz.
Munoz with 16 6-pitch or more at-bats this season, so he is definitely one that's learned how to work the count well.
That one swung up high up in the air. Second baseman able to get under it for the first down at the bottom of the 4th.
He gets the out there, but again, a 6-pitch at-bat for Munoz, so we're making Max Watson throw even more pitches. He's already gone into the 4th, but again, it's been some quick innings. For the Rattlers, they've gone 3 up, 3 down twice. The Knights have gone 3 up, 3 down 3 times, so both pitchers just plowing through the order so far.
So now it's bat number 5, Andrew Wilson. And that one inside, ball number 1.
Andrew reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Batting .295 on the season, the junior, with .416 on base percentage.
That one's high. Ball number 2.
Catcher Colson Giese waits on deck for the Rattlers. Wind has kind of settled into its where it was the beginning of the game here.
That one high. Ball number 3.
Be interesting to see here. Does Wilson, we talk about a lot on those 3-0 counts. Does he get the green light here with a runner at first?
Pitch on the way. Good for strike number 1.
I think he had take there. Going to make Watson throw him a strike. Show he can. Watson's gone to 3 balls on all 3 batters of this inning here.
3-1 pitch. That one swung at, hit high near the first baseman. The second baseman able to get under it for the second out of the bottom of the 4th.
So back-to-back at-bats where the Rattlers work 3 balls in the count, but then fly out to second. Both of them incredibly high infield fly, kind of probably in effect either way, but it is going to be a 2-out rally needed for Colson Giese here if the Rattlers are going to get on the board here in the 4th.
So these 2-out rallies where the Rattlers make their due.
Giese with 4 2-out RBIs so far in the season. Looking to add number 5 if he can bring Helgeson around from first.
The throw out to first was not successful to try and pick off Helgeson.
That wind certainly helps him with his power. We mentioned back in the first, 3 home runs on the season.
That one's low. Ball number 1.
If he can keep the inning alive, pitcher Cole Viatric waits on deck, looking to help his own cause.
Pitch on the way. Swung at and missed. Strike number 1.
One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Kind of a pivotal moment here in such a low-scoring game, even with just 1 runner on.
That one swung at, hit deep to right. Right fielder able to get under it for the 3rd and final out.
So that fly ball to right is all it's going to be. You had runner Helgeson taken off on it, but not enough to get it going, and the Rattlers retired in the 4th.
So don't go anywhere. There's more Rattler baseball to come. Keep it here on the Rattler Up Network. Welcome back to Rattler Up Network. We've gone through 4 innings of baseball. We lead off the 5th inning with number 13, Max Watson for the Steele Knights.
Still a beautiful day here at Rattler Stadium. The lights are on. The wind has picked up a little bit more. We thank our sponsors for making this such a great place to play baseball, including McCoy's, Saucedo's Wrecker Service, Esquivel Glass Company, E. Castro Trucking, RBFCU, Carruthers Family Dental, Frost Bank, and of course Sunset Bowling. So if this game continues at this pace, we can grab all our friends, Ernie, Buck, Lou, any of our friends, and get them over to Sunset Bowling Lanes. Maybe we go bowling and then get some Garcia's enchiladas as soon as this game's over.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got enough time with how fast this game's been going. So Viatric the pitch. That one swung at, fouled off to right.
So the pitcher, Max Watson, looking to get in a rally going here in the top of the 5th. Both pitchers pitching a wonderful game. We got a 1-0 game. And in the last couple of broadcasts, man, the bats have been rolling for both sides, or at least one side. So first kind of pitcher's duel of the season in our broadcasts, at least.
That one's good for strike number 2. So yeah, this has definitely been a tale of 2 pitchers. Both of them trading blows, going back to back with 3 up, 3 downs. Patrick 0-2 pitch, swung at, got past the shortstop, and that'll be good for the single.
The first hit of the game for the Knights comes in the 5th inning. So Viatric has been rolling here, and the Knights hoping to take advantage, because you know these base runners are not going to come very often. And so they know that this is a huge chance for them to take advantage.
So Steele will bring in a pinch runner.
Pinch runner number 10, Christian Ibarra, into run.
23, Connor Forenchek.
Umpire getting everything settled. No outs in the inning. It's number 23, Connor Ferencak, up to bat. Assuming bunting position, he'll call time, step off.
Connor, the left fielder, flew out to the third baseman in the 2nd inning.
Runner playing right on the bag. They throw out there is unsuccessful. We know that the Rattlers love to try and pick off at first, like to keep them honest out there.
Viatric checks.
Ferencak squaring around. That one's high, ball number 1.
It really started to look like he was going for it. I guess he pulled back just enough in time for the umpire to let that one be a ball. Squaring around again. Andrew Wilson charging from 3rd.
That one a high for ball number 2.
Second baseman Nolan Gomez due up for the Knights. As Webb's going to make his way out to the mound here. We do have action in the bullpen. I don't know if this is a move here to make this move yet.
Or just to keep those pitchers warm out there. Viatric has done a great job all game long.
Yeah, certainly. 7 strikeouts, only 1 hit allowed so far through 4 innings of play, pitching in his 5th inning right now. And that base hit just came just now. So he's been doing a wonderful job, but he does find himself behind 2-0. This could be a position of just let's talk him through it. You know, when you get in a position where you've been pitching this well for this long, a simple thing as a base hit could rattle you. Normally, it's just a base hit. You know that's not that big a deal, but it's the only base hit you've given up all night. It could rattle you. So Webb knows, let me go out there, let me calm him down, and make sure Cole gets his mind back where it needs to be and get back on the batter here.
So Viatric working with a 2-0 count. Ferencak at the bat. That one's outside.
Just misses.
Yeah, ball number 3. We've seen Connor square around the bunt at every pitch this at-bat.
Continues to do it here.
Again. That one's right down the middle for strike number 1.
You saw Giese there behind the plate. Take a look down at first. Again, they've got Cristiano Ibarra pinch running. They brought the speed in. They knew, hey, base runners are going to be a uncommon piece here. We got to take advantage every time we get one. So they brought their speed on here.
That one called ball number 4. So Ferencak will advance off the walk. Watson to second.
Now batting number
Or pinch runner Ibarra to second.
Gomez.
So now up to bat, number 7, Nolan Gomez for the Knights.
And Gomez has also showed a propensity for bunting here with nobody out and only a 1-run ball game. I wouldn't be surprised to see them maybe go ahead and try to bunt 2 runners into scoring position. We'll see what the coach ends up with. He does square around, and he gets the bunt off. Vasquez gets 1 out.
The throw to first.
Double play.
What an amazing play by the Rattlers and first baseman Jack Vasquez to make the catch and the throw back to his own position to get 2 outs.
Yeah, they had that read. They knew bunt was on. 1-run ball game. They wanted to make the bunt happen. Jack charges, makes the play. Helgeson hustles down to first to cover the bag. The Rattlers get 2 outs in the inning, and now all of a sudden the Knights in a little bit more trouble than they were.
So a quick shift of momentum. The Rattlers looking like they were maybe letting runners in scoring position have now made it 2 outs as that one's fouled off for strike number 1. It's number 5, Oshua Ortiz, up to bat.
Ortiz struck out back in the 3rd. Finds himself down 0-1. What a momentum shifting play that was from Jack Vasquez, right? To turn him from having 2 on and no outs to 1 on and 2 outs. Huge shift here in the 5th.
Pitch on the way. That one swung at. Popped over to right field, who gets under it to make the play for the 3rd and final out of the top of the 5th inning.
Landon Munoz had to cover a lot of ground, and the wind was pushing that ball. So 2 defensive gems from the Rattlers to keep the Knights off the board in the 5th.
So when we come back, leading off for the Rattlers, number 12, Cole Viatric. You are watching the Rattler Up Network. Welcome back to Rattler Up Network. Leading off for the Rattlers, number 12, Cole Viatric. Viatric able to get us out of that last inning with some crucial pitching and great plays from the infield.
Well, you saw that play from Jack Vasquez, and what it did, not only did it allow the Rattlers to get the 2 outs in the inning, so that one's driven deep to left.
Trying to get under it, the center fielder does to get the first out of the inning.
Maddox Cano makes the play there in center field, but Vasquez is able to not only turn the double play, but it allowed Cole Viatric to finish the inning. You knew Webb had runners or pitchers up in the bullpen. You knew there was kind of some talk about bringing pitchers in, but the fact that he was able to keep Cole out there to finish the 4th or to finish the 5th is a huge thing. We may see a pitching change in the 6th, but Cole able to keep us out of trouble in the 5th.
Watson's pitch. Outside, ball number 1.
Nate Velasquez up for the Rattlers in the 9 spot. Nate Jr. came in slugging .346, 15 runs on the season.
Swung at and missed, strike number 1.
Evens the count at a ball and strike. Velasquez, a Rangers fan of Ronald Acuna Jr., also a member of the National Honor Society here at the high school.
That one swung at, fouled off behind home plate. Makes it a 1-2 count.
Rattlers will be heading back to the top of the lineup here after Velasquez with Juan Munoz.
Pitch on the way. That one high, ball number 2.
So Watson still continuing to hurl here. Done a great job. He's only given up the 1 run. He's only given up 2 hits. So quite the pitcher's duel continues. Bottom of the 5th here at Rattler Stadium.
Pitch on the way. That one outside, ball number 3. So a full count for Velasquez. Pitch on the way. And that one's low for ball number 4. So Nate able to get on off the walk. And that'll bring up number 3, Juan Munoz.
Well, talking about Max Watson, the Steel Knights pitcher, that is his first walk of the game. So it takes until the 5th inning. He's pitched 4 1/3 without giving up a base on balls. So it's going to be so vital for the Rattlers to take advantage here as they get a runner on with just 1 out for Munoz.
So Munoz throw out the first, not in time.
Now, last week, Creek, you got to learn a little bit more about the baseball gods, right?
Yes,
and how
I
we
did.
don't talk about 10-run rule before the 10-run rule. So
you're right.
Another baseball god piece.
That one swung at, hit high up in the air. The second baseman able to get under it for the second out.
You're going to have opportunities here in a pitcher's duel to learn about other things that you can't talk about, right? And so we'll continue that. You learn that there was not a hit allowed until the 5th. Nobody said anything. So
Yeah, I made sure. I was thinking about that. I was like,
was-
I'm not gonna ask you if he's still good.
Cole Viadric went 4 innings without allowing a hit. So great job of not mentioning it.
Number 4, Elijah Ramirez at the plate. That one swung at. Second baseman throw out to first is made for the 3rd and final out of the bottom of the 5th inning.
So the Rattlers threaten with a base runner. They get the first walk of the inning, but Watson comes right back and gets the next 2 batters.
So after 5 innings of play, the score, Rattlers 1, Steel Knights 1. We'll step away. You're watching the Rattler Up Network. Welcome back to Rattler Up Network. Leading off for the Steel Knights, number 1, Braden Taylor.
So a 1-0 pitcher's duel. And so when you look at a 1-0 game, you think about opportunities and more importantly, missed opportunities. And boy, runners left on base is one of those. So San Marcos with 4 runners left on base. So the opportunities have not been there, or have been there, and they just haven't taken advantage. Now just a 1-0 lead for Steele, just trying to get guys on in the first place. They've only left 1 runner on so far. They had a base hit in that last inning, the first time they had a base hit in the 5th inning. And so looking to kind of capitalize that on that here in the 6th.
So now a huge pitching change for the Rattlers. They bring in number 23, Caleb Gomez. Gomez closed out the game in our last home game last Friday. Did a great job, broke the Rattlers of Seguin Rattlers strikeout record. So he's already a legend on our broadcast.
We had a lot of fun talking about Caleb's performance, but as on his way out, let's talk about Cole. Cole Viadric pitches 5 innings, gives up no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Viadric put us exactly where we want to be here in the 6th inning. Great outing for Cole. He will remain in the batting lineup now as the designated hitter. So Cole will continue to contribute here to the Rattlers' fortune.
So number 1, Braden Taylor up to bat.
Braden struck out back in the 3rd inning. And to think again how quickly this game has gone, we're in the 6th inning, and this is now Taylor's just second at bat. They are just now getting through the lineup for the 2nd time here in the 6th.
Gomez's pitch high, ball number 1.
Gomez has pitched 29 innings for the Rattlers, leading the team. He has 2 saves as well. So he's been on the mound as often as anybody else for this San Marcos Ball Club.
Gomez's pitch. Good for strike number 1.
Back to the top of the lineup from here for the Knights with Shoppy and Cano.
Pitch on the way. Good for strike number 2. Makes it a 1-2 count.
Now, I know we've talked about the delay, but feel like he was really thinking about that one. I mean, there's a delay, and then there's a I don't know. But I think he made the right decision.
Absolutely. 1-2 pitch, fouled off behind home plate. Anytime a call goes our way, it's a good call.
It's a good call. Good call.
So 1-2 count for Taylor. Pitch on the way from Gomez. Swung at, hit behind home plate once again. Will remain a 1-2 count.
Taylor doing a good job to continue to work this 2-strike count and protect. Knows that if he can get on, it's to the top of the order. We talked about he has speed out of that 9-hole, so they know if he can get on, he can give the top of his order some RBI opportunities.
That one swung at, fouled off right.
Gomez checks the signs from Giese.
1-2 pitch on the way.
Got him.
Got him for the strikeout, the first out of our 6th inning. It's our 8th Garcias of Seguin Rattler strikeouts.
Now batting number 6.
So that'll now bring up number 6, Andrew Shoppy.
So again, coming in through 5 and a third before they get through the lineup for the second time. So just a wonderful job by the Rattlers pitching here from Cole Beatrick, keeping the Knights having trouble.
Gomez the pitch. Swung at and missed for strike number 1.
We talked about such an important game. Steele sitting at 4-1 in district. San Marcos sitting at 4-3. Again, San Marcos with 2 extra games so far. That'll even out next week as San Marcos goes off district for the week.
Gomez's pitch is low, ball number 1.
And so such an important setup here to get this game as well as Friday down in Cibolo shirts.
So 1-1 count for Shoppy. Gomez the pitch. It's swung at. Rock falls right in front of the second baseman. The throw out to first is made in time for the second out.
Just an incredible play there by the second baseman, Charlie Helgeson. First of all, it's difficult to tell, is this something I can catch or knock down? He has to decide to knock it down, fumbles with it, picks it up, makes a strong throw to first over to Jack Vasquez, and gets the out. Some defensive work on display here by the Rattlers.
Yeah, it's been a stellar defensive night as number 2, Maddox Cano, back up to bat.
2 strikeouts on the night.
That one good for strike number 1.
And the wind has certainly picked up. It's still not as bad as we've seen, but certainly the worst we've seen of the night.
Gomez, 0-1 pitch, swung at, hit towards center field, and he is under it to make the catch for the third and final out of the top of the 6th inning.
So the Rattlers get them 3 up, 3 down. They'll head to the bottom of the 6th, looking to get some insurance as the Knights find themselves with just 3 outs remaining.
It's been a similar theme. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Rattler Up Network. Welcome back to Rattler Up Network. We start the bottom of the 6th inning. For the Rattlers is number 6, Jack Vasquez.
And Max Watson returns to pitch the 6th for the Knights. He's done a great job, only giving up 1 run on 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. So that curveball misses high. But yeah, he has done a wonderful job here. So he's going to stay out there here in the 6th, hoping to get a quick inning and help the Knights get their final chance here in the top of the 7th.
That one high and outside for ball number 2.
Following Jack Vasquez will be second baseman Charlie Helgeson that had the incredible defensive play back in the last inning, and then right fielder Landon Munoz.
That ball in the same spot for ball number 3.
So Watson has only walked 1 so far tonight.
That one's good. Strike number 1.
Try reverse announcer jinx there.
Yeah, I know. I saw. I knew what you were doing.
But see, the baseball gods know when you're doing that. That's why it doesn't quite work.
And that one's outside for ball number 4. So Vasquez gets the walk. And now up to bat number 22, Charlie Helgeson, who had that great defensive play in our last inning.
Yeah, see, it's why they had to go ahead and let the 1 pitch go. They couldn't give him the walk when I said that because they knew what I was up to. You can't outsmart the baseball gods.
So they're going to bring it in with the pitcher to talk it over.
Don't see any action even in the bullpen.
Yeah, they've got no one warming up.
You could make a move with somebody already on the field potentially, but it looks like this is more of a talk.
Yeah, it seems like they're talking it over with Watson. He's done a great job all game.
Well, and the same thing happened earlier with Viatric. You know, Viatric led off. It took 5 innings before they got a hit off him. And when he had that first hit, Coach Webb went out to talk to him, not to pull him, but just to get his head straight and kind of get him back in the game. Similar thing here. The Rattlers get that leadoff runner on in a crucial 6th inning. I think the Steele manager goes out and says, hey, let's just talk, kid. You got this. Pitch your game. You've been doing a wonderful game. And so we'll see if that worked out here as Watson will have a runner on with nobody out for Charlie Helgeson. Charlie with 27 hits on the season leads the team, 26 RBIs, and a great time to get number 27 would be right now.
Pitch on the way. That one right down the middle for strike number 1.
Vasquez.
That pitch.
Ali away at first.
Hit high towards right field. Who gets under it to make the play for the first down of the bottom of the 6th. And that'll bring up number 11, Landon Munoz to bat.
Keanu San Augustine making the play out in right field. Brings up Munoz.
Now batting number 11.
On base percentage 368, 7 RBIs, 18 hits for the season. So he's got an opportunity to move Vasquez along here.
Throw out the first, not in time.
Vasquez not with an incredibly huge lead here, so that was more of a throw over just to remind him we're watching.
Pitch to Munoz. Swung at.
Lifted up and out of play.
Yep, fouled off to left. 0-1 count.
And that was a ball he got just a little bit underneath it. If he leveled that off, that was a powerful swing. It might have had the distance, but got up underneath it, got it high, and this wind blew it right over toward the softball field here at Rattler Stadium. Runner goes.
Throw to second. Not in time.
Vasquez able to steal second base. There was a pause there to make sure he didn't come off the bag. He did not, so he takes and puts himself in scoring position now. A 1-1 count to Munoz, and the Rattlers looking for some all-important insurance here, looking to take more than a 1-run lead into the 7th.
So number 5, Andrew Wilson,
That ball will get out of play.
is on deck as that one's hit out of play. 1-2 count.
Munoz 1 for 2 on the night. Has the opportunity now with a runner in scoring position as Vasquez moves himself along there.
So 1-2 count for Munoz.
Second baseman Nolan Gomez keeping Vasquez close at second.
1-2 pitch on the way. Swung at, fouled off to right.
Munoz doing a wonderful job extending the at-bat. We mentioned earlier, 16 coming into the game, 16 six-pitch or more at-bats. Had number 17 earlier in the night. So doing a wonderful job at making the pitcher throw more pitches.
1-2 pitch. High, ball number 2.
This is, with those 2 foul balls, I believe this is another 6-pitch at bat for Munoz. So Watson going to have to earn his keep here in the 6th.
2-2 pitch, swung at.
In the gap.
Yeah, hits it through the left center field gap.
One
runner scores for the Rattlers.
Coming all the way around, they're going to make a play at third. He's there.
The ball was in time to third, but it brought the third baseman off the bag. So Munoz, a triple for the Rattlers. It brought number 6, Jack Vasquez, all the way around to score. So the Rattlers jump up to a 2-0 lead late in this one.
Munoz gets his 11th RBI of the season with that triple. Incredible shot, found that left center gap, and now Andrew Wilson with a chance to extend this 2-run lead for the Rattlers.
So now number 5, Andrew Wilson, hitting for the Rattlers. That first pitch, good for ball number 1.
Catcher Colson Giese waits on deck to get his part of this rally here.
1-0 pitch. That one hit high up in the air. Shortstop getting under it. And he does so successfully for the second out of the bottom of the 6th.
We've been able to really see the wind effect. It hasn't affected like we've seen other nights, but coincidentally, a lot of high fly balls hit today. And you saw that. The shortstop kind of ran right to the bag to make the play, drifted a good 10 feet off the bag by the time he made the catch.
So now up to bat, number 25, Colson Giese, trying to bring in this run, give the Rattlers a little bit more insurance, heading into their final or potential final defensive outing.
Coach Webb talking with Colson there over on the side, walking him through the strategies. 2 outs, runner at third. Colson with 4 RBIs with 2 outs in the inning so far this season, looking to add number 5 and add to this Rattler lead.
Watson's pitch, swung at and missed, strike number 1.
Such an important run as we head to the 7th. We got to believe probably Caleb Gomez is going to stay into pitch for the Rattlers. And I mean, just the minor difference, but as that pitch hits him.
Yeah, that pitch hits Giese, so he will advance to first off the hit by pitch. And that'll bring up number 12, Cole Viatric.
But yeah, just the difference for Gomez, that to say, hey, I'm gonna come in with a 2-0 lead as opposed to a 1-0 lead is massive.
So runners at first and third for Viatric.
Got a pinch runner at first. We'll find out who that is in just a moment. So runners at the corners, still 2 outs.
Pitch on the way, up near the batter for ball number 1. One 0 pitch. Makes it 2-0. And the Rattlers will get all the way to home. The ball got past the catcher. So Munoz scores for the Rattlers, making the score 3 runs to Steele's none.
So Munoz able to move on that pass ball. 2 runs for the Rattlers in the inning here in the 6th, and continuing to work with a runner at second now in a 2-0 count.
So Viatric, runner at second now. 2-0 count. That one swung at, hit behind home plate. 2-1 count. Two-one count. That one swung at, fouled off right, makes it 2-2.
Nate Velasquez waits on deck for the Rattlers. If Cole can extend the inning. Cole having done such a wonderful job pitching 5 innings, giving up no runs, putting us in this position to take this game here.
2-2 count. Swung on it for strike number 3 in the 3rd and final out of the 6th inning.
So a third strikeout on the evening for Max Watson. He gets himself out of trouble, but not before allowing 2 runs and allowing the Rattlers to take a bigger lead into the 7th.
So the Rattlers score 2 runs to make the score 3-0. We'll be back. Until then, you're watching the Rattler Up Network.
The score is Steele 0, Rattlers 3.
Welcome back to the Rattler Up Network. The Rattlers now lead 3-0 in a crucial inning for the Steele Knights. They have one last chance to put themselves back over the top, and leading it off will be number 11, Isaac Torres.
So Caleb Gomez stays on for the Rattlers. He came in to pitch the 6th inning, got 3 up, 3 down, and a strikeout, looking to get his 3rd save of the season. So the Knights down to their final 3 outs here. They got to at least put 3 up to keep this game going. It starts with Isaac Torres, who's 0 for 1 on the night. Reached on an error in the 1st.
Gomez the pitch. That one's low, ball number 1.
For the Knights, it's going to be Isaac Torres, followed by Ryder Pearson, and then Max Watson. So the pitcher that has done a wonderful job for the Knights tonight will have an opportunity to do it with his bat here in the 7th.
Gomez's pitch. Low once again, ball number 2.
So Gomez falls behind 2-0 to the first batter of the inning.
Gomez's pitch swung at, fouled off to right.
Isaac, a senior for this team. We mentioned earlier, a commit to Sanjak Junior College. He's got 5 doubles on the season. So he's got, again, speed and pop. That's what the Knights are going to need here in the 7th if they're going to get back in this game.
2-1 pitch. Outside, ball number 3.
So base runners are going to be a premium for the Knights. Important 3-1 count here to Isaac Torres.
Wonder if he has the green light from coach or listens to keep this one. As he does, and it's good for strike number 2.
So big at bat, probably the biggest of the night for Steele. You know, the first out for the inning in the final inning, or the first guy gets on. Big event here in a full count.
Pitch on the way. Swung at,
Got him.
fouled off.
No, fouled. Oh, I didn't see the foul.
Got
There
a
you
piece
go.
of that one.
I wanted it to be. Got him.
You got to speak it into existence.
Sometimes.
Hopefully you didn't disrupt the baseball gods there.
Well, it would be a lesson learned. I would do it for you, Creek. I do
Oh,
these
thank you.
things as a mentor to try to help you learn.
You teach by example.
Exactly. Even when I make, so if every mistake I make is just simply me teaching.
Yes, absolutely. That pitch on the way. Got him.
Got him.
For the
There
strikeout.
we
So
go.
you did. Speaking to existence for the first out of the 7th inning are Garcias of Seguin, Rattler strikeouts.
Now batting number
And that'll
3,
bring up number 3, Ryder Pearson.
Pearson.
Ryder reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st, struck out in the 4th. As we mentioned, Max Watson now waiting on deck to try to help himself out here.
Gomez's pitch. Swung at and missed. Strike number 1. So an early 0-1 count. As you were saying, that first batter is so crucial to both sides. It leans in San Marcos' favor, getting the first out of the 7th inning.
Ground
That
ball
one.
hit toward the middle.
Shortstop couldn't quite get a hand on it. It gets past him, and that'll be good to put him on first base.
Yeah, Juan Munoz, a huge dive, almost came up with a great range. Only the second hit of the night for the Steele Knights, but it gives them a runner on and a chance now for pitcher Max Watson. As we mentioned, Watson now has pitched 6 innings. He's allowed just 3 runs on 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. So lucky number 3 for him, and it's going to take 3 more to keep this game going.
Gomez the pitch. Swung at, hit towards left field.
And drops into fair territory, so it is a base hit for the pitcher.
Yeah, good for the single from Watson. That advances Pearson to second. And with 1 out in the inning, it's number 23, Connor Fahrenkack up to bat.
So far, about the way you'd want it to go if you're a Steele Knight. You got Connor up here now, a junior for the Rattlers.
They bring in a pinch runner.
He has 4 RBI on the season, none more important than the ones that he has available to him here. If he can do it, he represents the tying run for the Knights.
And that pinch runner is number 10, Cristiano Ibarra.
He came on to run back in the 5th as well. No one holding him on at first.
Pitch on the way. Swung at, hit foul.
You got it, Connor.
So some drama late here. As it's been like I said, it's been a fast-paced game. We're barely an hour and a half past start, and actually less than that since we kind of got a late start.
And usually we'd be around the bottom of the 3rd inning here, top
Yeah.
of the 4th.
And so it's been moving quickly, but now the drama picks up in the 7th.
Gomez's pitch. Outside, ball number 1.
So Nolan Gomez on deck for the Knights, the second baseman. Rattlers looking for that double play ball to get them out of the inning and bring the victory home.
1-1 count. Pitch on the way. That one. They call it a ball. 2-1 count.
I like the difference between that one's a ball
and they call it a
that
ball.
one was called a ball. I like how you're picking up on that as well, Cole.
Yeah, me and Charlie out on second base had about the same reaction to that.
Yeah, he was not a fan of that call either.
2-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swung at, hit foul, makes it 2-2.
So once again, and it's going to be like this the rest of the way, an absolutely vital at-bat. Connor here, their left fielder, represents the tying run. He's worked the count to a 2-2 count. 2 runners on and just 1 out.
So very important at bat here. Gomez knows it. Pitch is on the way. It's high. Ball number 3.
Connor does a good job of laying off there and doesn't chase that high one.
Caleb Gomez has been the premier closer for the Rattlers all season long. They put their trust in him. He's delivered every time. Looks to do it again.
Full count, 1 out. See how aggressive the runners get here.
Full count pitch.
Base hit up the middle.
Runner stays on third, so the bases will be loaded.
Let's go, Nolan. Come on.
Off the single from Fahrenkack.
Great job by Elijah Ramirez getting that ball back into the infield very, very quickly. You saw Pearson, he was wanting to go, but his third base coach saw that Elijah already had it up, already was bringing it in quickly, and he holds it third, but it will allow the Steele Knights, after only having 1 hit on the night, to go back to back to back singles, load the bases with 1 out, and really put the pressure on the Rattlers here. So it looks like we're not getting a pitching change. Webb with some loving, kind words to his pitcher and his infield. Remind them that they've got this. Just go out and do the things that you've been doing all season long. We mentioned Gomez has pitched more innings than anybody else. Came into the game with a 1.93 ERA. He's making his 14th appearance this game. So Gomez is exactly the guy you want up there. Just not quite having the at-bats he's wanted, but And there's nothing saying he can't put it all the way here.
Yeah, the Knights have had 3 straight base hits, all of them singles.
Now batting number 7.
And it's now up to number 7, Nolan Gomez, to try and bring these runs in.
So the senior second baseman will be responsible for trying to drive in the next one.
Gomez's pitch.
It's there.
Way outside.
Yeah, there. Strike number 1.
Anytime you can come back from a mound visit like that and get that first pitch strike, it just means so much for a pitcher like Caleb.
0-1 pitch. That one fouled off. Makes it 0-2.
Anytime you can come back from a mound visit and get 2 pitches like that, it means a lot for a pitcher like Caleb.
So with an 0-2 count, Gomez 1 pitch away from getting the second out, 1 step closer to putting an end to this game.
Oh, I hope I get to say it again.
0-2 pitch. On the way. Swung at. Hit fair, so 1 run will score. He stays on third, so it's good for another single.
Nate Velasquez again in the outfield, making the help there. Gets the ball in quickly and limits the damage on that 4th consecutive single now for the Knights.
And you see the Rattlers starting to warm up. More pitchers over there. If they want to bring out Gomez, they have the opportunity.
Gomez is making good pitches, but all of a sudden the Knights just finding contact that they had not been able to find all throughout the night. And now first baseman Ortiz up for the Knights with a tying run now at second and the go-ahead run at first.
Gomez the pitch. That one's good. Strike number 1.
If Ortiz extends it, it'll be the 9th hitter, Braden Taylor, the shortstop for the Knights. Middle infield for the Rattlers in double play depth. The double play wins this game.
Gomez has thrown more strikes than balls this inning. That one's outside, ball number 1.
Yeah, he's been 1 pitch away from putting it away. Ground ball to second, ground ball to short, double play, we're done here. And just not quite able to pull the trigger here.
So a 1-1 count, pitch on the way. Right down the middle for strike number 2.
And Gomez pitching in the 2nd inning. He's faced 8, this is the 9th batter he's faced. That is got to be the hardest fastball he's thrown all night.
Yeah, that one definitely had some heat on it. Makes it a 1-2 count. Very crucial pitch here from Gomez.
Steps off to check the signs from Giese. Big 1-2 count here with the bases loaded.
1-2 pitch on the way.
Yes.
Swung at, hit foul. It remains 1-2.
So the wind has really picked up here as the late evening has continued to pass here. Poles starting to bend, wind blowing out to deep left.
1-2 pitch. That one swung at. Over to Helgeson. The throw out to first is made, so 1 more run will score for the Knights, but it also gets the second out.
Yeah, huge play for both sides there, right? Ortiz gets the ball in play, he is out, of course, but he gets the sacrifice, and it's just a simple put out, but he scores the run to make it 3-2, but a great decision by Helgeson. Instead of trying to force the double play, get the play at the first, get the out. We know you have that second out, and now you're just 1 out away. So good defensive heads-up play by Helgeson to put the Rattlers in a position where they're just 1 out away from winning it.
So it's number 1, Braden Taylor, with the game on his shoulders. He swings on that one and rolls over to third base. The throw out to first is made for the out. The 3rd and final out of the game will end it. Our final score, Rattlers 3, Steele Knights 2.
What an incredible ball game after leading 1-0 the majority of the game. It goes from that to a 3-0 ball game, but the Knights make it a ball game in the 7th, but the Rattlers hold on and get the 3-2 victory. Creek, that one was fun.
Yeah, that was certainly a fun game. A majorly defensive game, had a great offensive ending. You couldn't ask for a better storyline throughout a game.
Well, the Rattlers go on to win their 5th consecutive game. You mentioned in the pregame, Creek, falling behind 0-3 in district, lost their first 3 games. They have come back to win their next 5. They are 5-3, and they will head Friday night to Steele High School at 7 o'clock for the second game of this home and away with Steele. As we mentioned, they'll head to 2 non-district games, and then from there, the final 3 spots in district, 2 games against Canyon, 1 game against Johnson, and we will have the Canyon game live here on the Rattler Up Network on April 17th. But for now, the Rattlers 5-3 in district after a big 3-2 win tonight.
So the Rattlers thriving. Our final score, Rattlers 3, Knights 2. I'm Creek Ennis, joined by CJ Odom. Keep it here on the Rattler Up Network.